Actually, we have two beautiful readings for today. When I read this part of the letter of St. Paul to Titus, in the first reading, I was kind of amused in a way because, at the last week of December, usually it falls my birthday, and the gospel there would always be, almost always, that episode after the finding of the child Jesus in the temple, and it says that the child Jesus grew in age, in wisdom, and the grace of God is with him. And usually I have that reflection that I hope that as I advance in years, I also grow in age and wisdom. And somehow I related that with the letter of Titus because it tells about those who are kind of older with the younger, and he termed the younger ones as wild, and the older ones becoming temperate, maturing in the faith. That, in other words, as we grow in age, supposedly, we become mature also in conduct and in faith. But unfortunately, that do not necessarily follow in everyone or happen in everyone. Sometimes others remain young or childish, even if they are advanced in years already, right?
Okay.
Unfortunately. So maturity doesn't always go with age in terms of conduct and in terms of the practice of faith, but that's actually what St. Paul in this letter to Titus, it's one of those we call pastoral letters, that the adults and the older ones should be a good example to the younger generation. And we hope for each and every one of us for that. Now, for the gospel, it's actually how we do things, especially in our work. And we always are talking about service, but to what extent, to what point to do the best we can, freely and wholeheartedly, unconditionally, without really counting the cost, if not because of some interest or favor. Because the point is we are servants of the Lord, and that when we do good and we try to do things the best we can, as if God owes something from us and we expect some favor or recompense in return. And when that doesn't happen, then we are kind of complaining against him. Because a real servant does things out and always with love and not expecting something in return. And we pray for that because we must admit, human as we are, there's that part in our heart that if we do something good, we accept something also, right? A favor, if not a recompense that we want to have. But again, if it's really selfless, wholehearted, free, and coming from the heart with love, then God really sees what is in and what we are doing and what's pleasing before his eyes. And that's what we are hoping for in the way we do things as we serve God and others in whatever status we are and in whatever work we do.